Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Solsik here from MBT Studio, and today we're going to be unboxing the Jet 1 and Jet 2 in your monitors from Flare Audio. So without further ado, let's get right down to it after this intro. So, which one shall we open up first? I'll say Jet 1 because Jet 1. Here it comes. Ooh. So the top cut unevenly. A little bit sour about that. So open up the box and ooh. Okay, so I guess these are the earphones in this bubble wrap. So inside is nothing else but a nice case that says Flare Jet Long Live Ears. That's their slogan. On it, inside the bag is 3 different sizes of ear tips, all silicone. And then here is the earphone, and it's very tightly wrapped. I should probably been prepared for this and brought a scissor, but I'll just use my hands to rip it. It's actually kind of working. Give me a second here. Okay, so here it is, and then it's wrapped some more. Whew, okay. Alright, that's a little bit weird. These are the earphones, and it's wrapped in plastic bags. Who knows why? I guess it's nice to have that extra protection, I guess. So open up the plastic bags, and let's see here. Let's see what these are made of. Well, this is very interesting design. I thought it was going to be like a typical bullet design, but this is a pretty interesting design. It's like a little horn inside there. It's a little horn. The overall design is pretty standard. I mean, this material feels slightly cheap. It feels a little bit like plastic. I believe the Flare 1 is not metal, and Flare 2 is like aluminum, so it is metal. From my little research I did. And talking about the research, before I talk about and give you an impression on these, and while I kind of unwrap this because it's kind of wrapped around, I want to talk to you about the company. So I did a little research and I did a little bit of reading here and there, and basically I found out that the CEO of this company called Flare Audio is a very, very interesting person. He lived a very interesting life. He was a firefighter for 13 years. So he's been helping people for 13 years. And then he really liked audio, so he decided to build this company. And at first it was like 6 people, and then like 4 people, and then it grew, like exploded, because it was so great. And he really believes that if the product is good, then it will stand on its 2 feet by itself. So let's check it out. I'm pretty excited. And they have this special patent pending technology that is supposed to make earphones louder and more distortion free. So that sounds pretty cool. Oh, and one more thing. Their design, basically achieving that distortion free and that more louder sound, is achieved by their patent pending design, which basically is the pressure matching from the back of the driver to the front of the driver. So the pressure is even throughout the front and the back of the driver, and that is supposed to somehow help the distortion to be less prominent and also make the earphones louder and more sensitive in a way. And that's the extent of the research that I did, because in the end of the day, these gotta sound good. That's all I care about. So I have them finally here. Oh, and And let me give you a little impression on the build quality. The build quality seems actually pretty exceptional for the price. They look quite good for the price. They're not detachable cables.
What did you say, punk?
So you are stuck with this cable. But the cable looks nice. It's not cheap. The cable feels kind of like pretty nice. Oh, and there's another wrap. Man, these guys really like to wrap shit. Alright, so there was a wrap on the splitter. There was a wrap on the earphones. There was wrap everywhere. Really wrap things around. Alright, so here we have it. Shall we unbox the Jet 2 first and then hear both? Or shall we... Here, let me unbox the Jet 2 and then we'll do a side-by-side impression / comparison real quick. So, here's the Jet 2. It's like a garbage land here right now. Throwing everything here. Anyways, here comes the earphones, same deal. So the bag is exactly the same as before in the Jet 1, and then same tips. So yes, I don't, okay, so same tips, same bag. So the earphone is the only thing that's different. It makes these like $40, I think, more expensive. And of course it's wrapped around real nice with bubble wrap. And this one's, and Jet 2 is harder to rip apart the wrap. That's the main difference. Totally joking. Kind of, it's a little bit harder, at least for me. So here comes out the Flare 2s. Ooh, I like these much better. Woo! That metal. Woo! And of course, the wrap on the splitter. Prepare a garbage bag near you when you're unpacking these, unboxing these. It's a lot of garbage that comes out of a little bag. Seriously. Anyways, here is, if I can untangle this, is the Jet 2. And this is aluminum. And it's beautiful. I mean, it feels much more quality compared to the Jet 1. I kind of understand now why the Jet 2 is like $40 more expensive. Then the cable is exactly the same. Everything else is exactly the same. It seems like just the aluminum housing. Now I didn't do the research into their drivers, so maybe this one has like a slightly bigger driver. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. But everything else is the same. Non-detachable cables. Everything seems the same. Just the housing, far as I can tell so far. So let's put the ear tips on and let's do a side-by-side comparison. So there is 3 types of ear tips. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do the medium. It's this medium. I picked 1 large and 1 medium, of course. Okay, so I have 2 medium tips over here. I'm gonna put on the Jet 1 first. Should I do the Jet 1 first? I'll do the Jet 1 first. It's always good to do the lower model first and then go up from there. So putting on these are not that hard. Well, it's not hard for me because I've done this like zillion times because I'm a reviewer and I have to do this all the time. Not complaining, definitely not complaining, but it may be harder for you. Now I don't know if this is gonna stay inside my ears. It's a little bit too, how do I say this? It's a little bit too out and about. So let's check it out. Okay, is that a microphone? It's a microphone here. Yeah, there's a mic attached to that. I'm not really a fan of that because apparently that kind of interferes with the audio quality. Far as I've heard from a tech that is kind of reliable, I think. Anyways, so I'm putting inside my ears. Oh, it surprisingly stays inside. Oh, it fits quite nicely. I mean, surprising, right? I'm just gonna use my phone here to Samsung S7. And then for the serious review, I will use other stuff. But for now, so I'm gonna start at volume like 20 because this is supposed to be really loud. Okay. Alright. So, first thing I found out, the volume on my phone with most in-ear monitors, I have to turn it all the way up. And then it's like almost listening level for me because I listen to my music quite loud. On this, I couldn't dare to go full volume. Maybe for you, maybe if you listen to music louder than me, then it won't be a problem. But this thing is pretty sensitive. It can play loud. I mean, it gets loud real quick. It doesn't need that much power, I think. So it can, even with the phone, I was about what, 70% volume, and that was loud. Let's see here. Let me play a little bit more to give you an impression. So I'm playing Jasmine Thompson, Not About Angels right now. Okay, so first impression, Jet 1 sounds really good. I mean, really good. For the price, I think this is the winner. It sounds really good, guys. The vocals, I can immediately tell, are more pure than most in-ear monitors at this price range. And even beyond, like $300 range, the vocals are much clearer on this in-ear monitor, Jet 1, at this price point. That's pretty amazing. Now, with that being said, the bass is what amazed me the most, because most in-ear monitors don't go down this low, especially at this price. And it's controlled. It's not just like rumble, like it's not like an uncontrolled shit bass. It's actually pretty good low sub bass, and it's controlled. I'm pretty amazed with the sound. However, one thing that I really already found that this could be a problem for a lot of you and for myself is I'm sitting here doing nothing. I'm just listening to this. I'm not even moving back and forth, and the cables are microphonic. So what I mean by that is if I have it inside my ears, and then if the cables hit something like my hand, my shirt, anything, like if the wind blows or whatever, if you're outside, yeah, it makes like this unpleasant pressurized sound, and that's never a good sign, because I don't know about you, but for me that's like a big no-no, because just kind of annoying and you can't really enjoy the music. I mean, Flare Audio, don't get me wrong, you guys did a great job on the design and on the sound. Right off the bat, I can tell you, it's an amazing sound. But the cables, gotta do something about that. I don't know. It's kind of really microphonic. It's kind of surprising because it's like a nice cable too. It's not like soft. It's a soft cable. It's not like a bad cable, or I don't know what's the problem, but whatever it is, I'm sitting down here and it's microphonic. So that's the only problem with the Jet 1. Sounded really nice. Now let's see if there's any improvement from the Jet 1 to the Jet 2, because other than the housing, it looks exactly the same. So the Jet 2s are inside my ears, and we shall play the same music at the same volume. Okay, so in terms of first impressions, I really can't tell if the Jet 2 is that much better. For sure, the vocals are ever so slightly more refined than the Jet 1. but I haven't done any kind of serious listening here. It's just first impressions in front of the camera. So that might change down in the future after I do a serious listening. Now with that being said, I did feel like the Jet 2 needed a little slightly, just ever so slightly more volume. Maybe that's because, I don't know, maybe because right now I just listened to the Jet 1 and maybe I'm adjusted to that volume, so I played a little bit louder on the Jet 2. No idea. That's my first impression, my honest first impression. And the bass was same deal. Went down pretty low, controlled. But in terms of everything else, it looks pretty exactly the same, except for the housing. Now with that being said, I love the design. The cables are a little bit microphonic. It's not a huge deal. It's not a huge turn down at this price, but it's still something. So in conclusion of this unboxing video, I really like what's inside. It's just so good. I can tell right off the bat that for the price, I think I hit the jackpot for you guys and for myself. Seriously guys, this thing sounds pretty darn promising. Now I will be doing a full review after listening to it for hours and hours with different digital audio players and phones and etc. But first impressions, very positive. Jet 1 and Jet 2, they sound both fantastic. Jet 2 sounds a little bit more refined, but there's almost no difference right off the bat. So I would have to listen to it for longer and see if there is more significant differences. So I've been trying to be more interactive in my social medias, so make sure you go down in the description below and check out my social medias. And if this information was helpful to you and if you can like this video, I thank you very much for it. And also make sure to click that big beautiful subscribe button so that in the future you can see the Flare Audio full review. So thank you so much guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the future.